All right, everybody take a couple of deep breaths to get yourself ready because we're going to rock and roll here. Welcome everyone to the June 2022 Ask Your Guides live event. Delighted to have you here. We're going to spend the next 90 or so minutes together. You're going to ask questions of your guides and I'm going to channel them. They come from your guides, not mine, because my guides don't know you. It's that simple. I think a lot of people don't understand that. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to start with a little grounding meditation. Let's just see what they have for us. So take a couple deep breaths, sit back in your chair. Let all the cares and worries of the world float away for the next little bit here. It's just going to be us in this energetic circle with our angels and guides. We thank you for our entire team who have come here today to be with us, to share whatever wisdom and love that they have in these crazy, crazy times we're living in. Thank you for the peace, the love that you're flooding our bodies with even now. And if you will, with your eyes closed, look up and just notice that big column of white light pouring down towards you. You might see it as a beam, like in sci-fi, you might see it as liquid. Whatever you see is perfect for you. Just allow that white column of light to come down to engulf your entire body and then to expand out a few feet, a few yards, a mile, whatever feels right to you. How far do you want to extend your energy today? Allow it to flow out to the world. They will feel it, whether they're conscious of it or not. And it will encompass our entire group. And now can you feel that love and that light filling up your heart chakra, expanding it so that you will have more love to share with yourself first and with the world. And with that, I hear this little peck, peck, pecking, like somebody pecking on a keyboard. And that's the guides and angels trying to get our attention and say, we're here. We are ready. Please don't hold back. Ask whatever you need to know today, because we are here to serve you. We are here to fill you with love, with confidence, with clarity of who you are in this grand scheme, this divine tapestry. You are unique. You are precious. You are magnificent. We love you to the moon and back. Oh, and now feel that expansive love bubble expanding out from your body. And it's like you're wrapped in this big bubble, this cocoon, where you are safe, you are warm. You can feel that love permeating every cell of your being until you finally realize, yes, I accept that love. I really am loved by my Creator. I feel it now. I accept it now. And with that accepting, your heart chakra expands a little bit more, and that love comes pouring out of you into the world. And that, people, is how we are going to change the world. Your guides, your angels, pouring that love into you, that love pouring out of you, flowing across the planet until we're all encompassed in that love bubble. And what a glorious way to start our day. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you for being here, for all of our teams, our guides and angels, masters and teachers, enlightened beings, whomever is on your team. Thank you for being with us. We deeply appreciate it. That we say amen. And let's get started here. So let me pop up and see who had the first question. Sydney, you're up with the first question.
Yay, thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
good to be here. I'd like to know if I should renew my lease in Fairlawn for another year starting August 1st, or a partial year.
Okay, so for Sydney, would it be a wise choice to renew her lease in Fairlawn for a partial year? Is that her optimal choice? No, that is not your optimal choice. Do you have another?
I felt like I should leave, even though there's positive reasons to stay. I have an upstairs neighbor who is not great, so leaving, it's fine. I mean, not optimal, but it's fine.
Mhm.
So if there's guidance about where to go, whether I stay in New Jersey or is
Okay.
it as,
Well,
you
that's
know,
that. Is it an optimal choice to stay in the state of New Jersey for Sydney? Yeah, Jersey's good for you.
perfect. And I'm applying for full-time something design jobs or having to do with my health. Been a massage therapist for 30 years, and to integrate my design work to, I don't know, be a people manager or whatever. And I applied to a company called Ogilvy. Does it look positive for that job application? And is there something more that I could or should do to support that?
So the Ogilvy job, is that an optimal choice for Sydney? Not your best place.
Mhm.
So she should keep looking for other options. Yeah. Keep your options open. Don't limit them. It feels like they're kind of dribbling in. They're not coming in really quickly, but there are some lining up to come into you.
Okay.
That makes sense. So don't be in a hurry. Take your time and pick the one that's the very best.
Okay. And is there something that I need to do to support being hired? Um, Computer work. I mean, is there something, yeah, more that I need to do?
Anything more that Sydney needs to do to find her optimal job? Oh, they're saying, let your light shine bright. Don't hold it back. Take that bushel basket off of you. Let yourself beam like a lighthouse. Let it go freely out into the world, because that energy will help you connect with the right opportunity. So could you give her some guidance? Is the computer area, is that an optimal field for her? Not so much. No. I mean, it could be okay. Maybe you do it for a while, but not long term.
Okay. And then always how I would love to meet my life partner, a man, wonderful man in my life. Is he anywhere nearby? And is it somebody I know?
Okay. Is there a long-term life partner in the near future for Sydney? Not near future, further out. Is it someone she already knows? No, this is somebody new. So can you give us a ballpark? Is it more than a year? More than 6 months? Yeah, between 6 months and a year right now. That could change, but for the moment, that's where it's at.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you to my guides. Blessings to everybody.
Thank you. Sarah, your question, would it be optimal to do animal communication or animal healing course? Okay, so for Sarah, would animal communication or animal healing, would those be optimal choices for her right now? Yeah, that feels good. Do you want to know about which one, or were you open to both?
One, should I hold out and try and find animal healing, or should I go with animal communication?
Okay, so would it be optimal to start with the animal communication? Yeah, and animal healing, that's also an optimal choice. Yes, both. And what they're saying is that start with the communication, because that will assist you with the healing.
Okay,
Right?
because I've come around like a full circle in a year. I started off looking at that, then felt I didn't have the intuitive connection, which led me to you. And then the other day in your video, it said about choices, and I said, well, I don't have any choices. And then that popped up, and I was like, okay, there's the choice. So
Mhm. That's awesome. So isn't that cool? As soon as you put that out there, your angels
yes,
made it happen.
really. I don't know if anybody else is finding that, but I'm finding that the response from my guides at the moment is like electric lightning fast, especially when you ask for help.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are noticing it's faster right now because the veil is thinner, right?
Okay.
We're moving closer. Our vibrational frequencies are rising, which makes our connection better. Plus, there's the intention. You
Okay.
put a lot of work. You've been working for over a year that I know of, right? To move closer, to raise your vibrational frequency, all of that counts. That'll make a difference. So any other guidance about your dogs?
Yeah.
Okay, so anything you can tell Sarah about her dogs? They feel very warm and cozy, like like you're cuddling them a lot. That's what it feels like. And so they are accepting that, they are grateful for that and sending love back to you. That's the energy I feel between you. Is there anything about their health that she needs to know? I get a yes on that. So, okay, tell us what it is. I'm seeing you walking them in the sunshine. So it's like, have you been limited? You haven't been able to walk them as much as you might like to?
Well, the thing is, they're both elderly, and one has hip problems, and the other one, her back end's going. So I'm having to walk them early morning and late at night, and I have to take a scarf to hold them up in case their legs collapse, and it's all been a little bit challenging. But they're still happy and they're still loving. So I'm trying to support them through that and to support them until the end, whenever the end will be. But yeah, because we live on a hill, walking can be a challenge.
Can you put them in something like a baby carriage? So, because I'm seeing like it's important for them to get outdoors, to have the fresh air, to have the sunshine.
Okay. Yeah, well, as long as they can move their legs, I'm keeping them moving to try and not lose the muscle mass. And I've been giving them a massage, so I'll keep trying to walk them as much as possible.
Yeah. But to even add more time to be out there with them, if you could do something like a carriage, that might be good. Because
Okay.
that was the picture I saw.
You might also be telling me to get out more because it's been 40 degrees and I've been not wanting to go outside.
Yeah. I hear you. Okay. And you ask about the party like it's 2028.
Yeah, did you find out?
What I got, first of all, it was kind of a joke. It was a reference to Prince's Party Like It's 1999, right? So that was
I heard that song too. I heard that song.
yeah, so it was kind of a joke, but also it was to give us some kind of a point in the future to focus on, because we all need to have more hope in these challenging times. It's not saying, yeah, 2028 is when you're going to flip over into Earthtopia, but it's saying it's not as far away as you think it is. So keep moving forward. Don't get discouraged now. You know how when you're going towards a big goal, you get close to the end and you kind of peter out because you're exhausted and you think you're never going to get there. And then you don't, because you give up right before you got there. So it was kind of that energy to
Okay.
encourage us to keep going, because it's not as far away as we think.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Rachel, your question.
Much. I want to start with the question you just answered for her as well, and that is about my soulmate. Is he nearby? Is it somebody I know? I mean, what can you say about, is there anything I can do to attract him? I would like to know that as well.
Okay, so for Rachel, the soulmate, is there a long-term potential in the near future? It's feeling further away. It's like fuzzy. It hasn't come into focus yet. So are you saying there's more than one? Yeah, there's more than one potential. What I'm feeling is like in your solar plexus, Rachel, there are some things that are not resolved. And that lack of resolution is what's keeping you back, because you're not stepping into the energy where you're ready to have the relationship because of that. Do you know what that means?
Like, I'm not doing anything, to be honest. So
Well, can you give us any clarity on what she needs to do? It's a choice. There's some choices that you, not just one, but choices that you need to make about who you are and where you're going. It's a little undefined right now, which makes it harder for your guides to narrow it down to the right choices to fit where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, they're not going to tell you where you're going. They need a little more clarity from you. You haven't made these choices yet. So there's something there.
I know where I'm going to be the next 3 months. So
Well, that probably has something to do with it, because how can they line synchronicities up for you to meet this person if you don't know where you're going to be, right? So that's
that, you know, I'll meet him during the travel, you know. So
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But maybe you could line it up a little further in advance so that they could work these things out, because you know that the work that they have to do to plan all the synchronicities on both sides, and then all of the peripheral stuff to get you to cross paths with this person, to have that spark, that's massive. So giving them a little more help with clarity on what you're doing, where you're going, more specificity, that's the word I'm hearing, more specificity from you, that would help. But they're out there. I can see them on the peripheral. They're just kind of fuzzy right now. They haven't come into focus yet.
Is there anything you can, or they can give me clarity on my direction, as in, you know, I'm coaching clients, I'm doing my YouTube, I'm never going to give up, I'm enjoying it. But yeah, it's always a question like, okay, when is it finally going to break through? Like what, I guess the question is, what am I missing, or what can I do more of in order to, I don't know. Yeah, am I on the right path the way I'm going now? There's missing, or is there anything that they can?
Yeah, so for Rachel, can you give her some guidance on the path forward with her business? I'm seeing lots of green lights. There's a couple yellow lights, so it's not all clear. There's a couple things that need to be tweaked. So can you tell us a little more about that? I'm hearing the word tentative, Rachel, so don't be so tentative. When you make a decision, move forward with it with confidence. Just do it. Find out whether it's going to work or not. Don't dilly-dally, hesitate about the moving forward. Does that make sense? So if there's something you've been mulling over that's like, I don't know, you're either going to do it or not do it, but get it out of your energy field. It's cluttering things up. Does that help?
Not really, but I guess all the green lights. I
Yeah,
just need to continue.
Go through whatever it is that you've been considering and either do it or don't do it. Let that go if you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Come back around to it later. It's not like you're letting it go forever. But there are mostly green lights. So there's just a little bit you've got to tweak there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honest right now, because I don't have any choices. I mean, I don't get it, but no, I mean, I don't want to take more of your time.
okay. Think about it. Something will come up. Your angels will help you see what it is, because there's something there that needs to be resolved.
Thank you.
Shirley.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I have a situation with some lawyers that I've been working with since 2007, 2008, over a group case, a group of us foreign workers against our university. And there have been cases that have come up. We've won some, lost some. But the lawyer wants to keep going until we bring it all the way to the European courts. But I'm retiring this year, so I said, look, I just need to stop with all of this. Over the years, I've paid thousands to them. I won a little bit, but probably paid more than I won overall. And so they tried to convince me, oh no, stay with it, you're going to win a lot of money. And I said, no, I'm retiring, I don't need the risk. You know, I have to stop these expenses. So they said, okay, but you owe us $7,000 for the past years. Why? And they insist, oh yes, you know, I have to pay this money. Normally I pay whatever someone asks me. If I take their service, I don't question it. Okay, mechanic says this is what it costs. I don't try to get their price down. I just pay it. But this time I feel like I'm being extorted. But I want to do the right thing. If I truly owe these people money, I want to pay it. But I don't feel like I do. And so I'm not getting clear guidance from my guides, or I'm not hearing them clearly. So my question is it in my best interest to pay these people what they ask? Or am I being taken advantage of?
Okay. So for
that?
Shirley, this law firm Is it the optimal choice for her to pay the $7,000? Getting a yes. Didn't expect that. So are you saying she really honestly owes them that money? No. Okay, so then why should she pay them? Is there a better choice for her than paying something that she'll be more comfortable with? Okay, so what are the other options? What guidance can you give her? There's something really stewy and mixed up about this. So I see why you're having trouble getting an answer. Come on, we need a little something to go on here. Are you saying it's because it would be harder for her not to pay them? Because they're the kind of people, Shirley, that they are going to make your life miserable if you don't pay them. That's what it's about. So
I
even
think
if
so.
you feel you shouldn't pay them, you don't owe them. So what are your other options? Could you get another lawyer to take the case? Would that be worth it? Because
Yeah, that's a good question. Can you ask my guides that?
okay.
Is it worth me suing them?
Yeah. So would it be an optimal choice for Shirley to get another lawyer to help her with this mess? Yeah, if you feel good about it. Because why should you be extorted? That's a bad energy for you to carry around.
It is. It feels horrible. And I feel she sends me text messages and I don't answer them. But each time I get one, it just ruins my day. I'm really stressed out over it. I would rather pay an honest lawyer $7,000 to sue them than pay them and feel extorted and used and abused.
Yeah. So let's
That's
ask
why
one more
I'm-
question. So if she finds a good lawyer to sue them, is it highly likely that she would get her money back? I'm getting, yeah, there's a very good chance. Because if they're doing something dishonest, you know, and you might get the other people who are in this action with you as well. It doesn't have to be you alone. If they're cheating you and they've been stringing you along for years, milking this thing.
Yeah, with a lot of people. There are 40 of us.
Yeah.
40 of us all together. And they always demand cash, which is not legal, but we'll be in trouble for giving it to them. But if we don't give them cash, then they demand double. So it feels like extortion from the beginning, but we're foreigners. We don't know all the.
They sound like
things
loan
are-
sharks.
Yeah, things are different here, you know. So it's in my best interest to get a lawyer to contact that
You
group
can
of
feel
lawyers.
good about it. What they're saying is you can pay them and just get out and be done with it. It's not going to get better, right? But if you don't feel comfortable with it, you can't live with that, then finding a good lawyer to represent you, presuming there is somebody, would be a good choice for you. And you've got a chance at getting some of your money back.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nicole, good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. I have COVID. So I have plenty of support. It's fine. Except my question is, I think I understand at least some of the stuff that I am to learn from this experience, but I'd just like to know what my guides have to say about this. I mean, this illness took two things I really wanted to do, but instead I'm sitting at home quarantining. I feel okay, but anyway, so what's this all about?
Okay, so for Nicole, is there something she's supposed to learn or a message related to having COVID? Okay, they're being silly, Nicole. You're supposed to learn that there are bugs in the air that you've got to be careful about. Okay.
All right.
Anything else you
Yeah,
want to share with
yeah,
her?
we know.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're wrapping you in a warm blanket and they're saying, yeah, you've just got to take better care of yourself. You need to be aware that there are these third dimensional things because you're not superhuman and you do have this fallible, you know, third dimensional body. So it's more about self-care,
Gotcha.
making
But-
wise choices. And I think this is for everybody as well, Nicole, because, you know, we had a little reprieve here. Things felt better. Maybe we got a little bit lax. it's still there. It's not gone. And I'm hearing from a lot of sources, there's a resurgence coming probably by the fall. So it's not time to let go of those things we've been doing to take care of ourselves.
Yeah,
Still time to take care and avoid.
I figured as much.
Yeah. But the good news is you didn't get it really bad. So
Yeah, it really is okay. Plenty of support. It's okay. Can I ask another question?
yeah, I just got one more hit though before you do. They're also saying it's a gift because you've got a little more immunity than you had before, which is going to help you.
Sounds great.
Take your spoonful of medicine now instead of having to take
Yep.
a gallon later, right? That's what it is.
That's what my gram says. Right. Everybody's grandmother says that. And they're right. Do we have time for another
Yeah,
question?
what's your other question?
There's something going on with my right leg. And so I know there's just energetically. There has been for a while. Prana does not flow through it like the rest of me. And so I've been working on it for a while. But my main question is, how do I clean this? How do I clear this?
It's the right leg.
It's the right leg.
Okay.
Yep.
So for Nicole, what can you tell her about this right leg? It feels like a blockage of some sort.
Yeah.
Any guidance you have for her? Do you dance? I'm seeing you
No.
dancing around. So that would be movement, right? Movement.
Mhm.
Also, do you tap?
Never. I mean, I did when I was like 7.
Not dance, tap. EFT tap.
Oh, EFT. No, I don't.
Okay, so tap wherever you want to tap. Healing blood and energy flowing freely through my body. If it's some kind of a blockage in an artery or a vein, that will address it. Keep doing that until you feel a shift. And then the
Gotcha.
movement, the dancing, that's going to help that.
Gotcha.
So maybe you just go walking and you dance while you walk.
I walk all the time. I have stopped. I used to, teach and do yoga several times a day, and I stopped for the past year. I know I need more movement. And I haven't really started that yet, other than walking and stuff like that. But I know I need more. So I guess that's a part of it too.
Yeah. And while you're doing it, you want to be almost in a meditative state, allowing that energy to flow in and out of you while you're doing it. That's the picture I'm getting.
Oh, thank you.
It's like, oh, it's being one with everything. More oneness. Because when you're not doing your regular yoga practice, you're a little bit out of sync that you would normally have been in.
Oh, totally.
This for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's you also recognizing that you're in a different place now. So it takes different techniques, right?
Perfect.
Which is really a wonderful lesson because then you can use that with your clients.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Debbie, you're mowing, so it'll take a moment. Okay. So Debbie, can you hear me? Are you there?
I hear you. Hang on.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine.
Okay. Let me turn up my volume. Yeah, I had you on my Bluetooth headbuds, but anyway, whatever they are to keep the noise out. It has been quite a ride the last month. My mom has been in the ER 3 times. We almost lost her on Sunday night. Dan's mom fell again, hit her head, is permanently brain damaged,
Oh,
but is able to move slightly. Dan is power of attorney with his sister, but he's taking on most of the responsibility, although sister is helping a lot. So it's actually building relationships between my family. My brother and I were with my mom all night long, Sunday night into Monday, while she was in delirium and in pain. It was very scary. And Dan's mom is in a nursing home now. she set up her finances, but I don't think they're set up so that it's meeting her wishes. She wanted all this money to go to Dan and Brenda, and I don't know that we've got it. I don't think she set it up that way. Is there anything, I guess my point is, what are my guides telling me? And I started writing a book because of all the messages I've been getting. I'm trying to record all of the messages that I'm getting from the birds and the animals. Anything that feels like a message, I'm writing down.
That's
So,
wonderful.
okay, so I guess what more can my guides tell me?
Okay, so for Debbie, what guidance do you have right now to help her get through this challenging time? Lots of breathing. As you've been doing, keep getting outside, getting in touch with nature, because what you've been doing with writing, that is spot on. That's following the guidance, and that's going to help you stay balanced while you deal with all these challenges with the moms. You need that, right? You don't want to tilt too far into it's all about them and you put all of your priorities on hold, right? You get out of energetic balance because that's going to create more problems.
Exactly.
So
Thank you.
focusing on you and what you need. And like you say, that writing, that feels really good. That's leaning into that guidance of what you're going to do in this next chapter of your life. Now for Dan, do you have something specifically for Dan? Yeah, the same thing for him. He wants to keep moving forward with his business and expanding it, not letting himself be overwhelmed with his mom's stuff. And if that means you've got to hire somebody to take over part of it, then do that.
Okay. Yeah,
Don't let it knock
those
you
are
down.
choices.
Yeah, don't let it
Okay.
knock you down.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's exactly what I've been getting too. And so it's confirmation as to what I'm getting,
Yeah.
one step at a time. In fact, he's working on a trailer right now. I'm mowing, and for me, mowing is being outside. You know, we've toyed with letting 2 of our horses go, but I don't know if that feels quite right yet because we're in the midst of a crisis. So it's probably not the time to make that decision. And then I guess my other question is, are we making all the right choices for his mother? Are we doing? It's so hard, you guys. It's so hard.
It is.
The empathy, I did not get any empathy from my administrators at my last school. So that was confirmation that I was doing the right thing by leaving.
Yeah.
But it's been a crazy month, and
So is she,
I'm just wondering if we're making the right choices. Go ahead.
is she conscious? I mean, how bad is the brain damage?
She is conscious, yes.
Okay.
And but she's falling a lot at the nursing home. She's incontinent. She gets very upset when she sees the kids. She does pretty good with the staff. It's just really hard to see somebody who was so organized and so clean and so had it together. I mean, yeah, she couldn't move very well, but now she can't move very well. And she doesn't have any cognitive memory of how to take care of herself or her needs or choices. And she's
Do you
lucky she didn't
think,
burn her
would she
house
be
down.
open to meditation? Could you lead her through a fun little guided meditation?
I don't know. My mom, yeah. In fact, I did tapping on my mom when she was in the ER. My brother's not very open to that kind of stuff, but I just started doing it for my mom.
Well, it doesn't matter if anybody else is open, you can do it. And you can surrogate tap for your mother.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should surrogate tap for my mother-in-law as well.
Yeah. If
All
she's
right.
open, if you can do it without her being there, but it's better if she's there. You can tap on her or on yourself, either one.
Okay.
And I would tap on reconnecting the neurons in her brain, because we know our bodies are capable of healing if we give them what they need. So if you can give that energetic direction about what needs to happen, and then seeing that blood flowing through her body, just like for Nicole, so that it's healing, it's reconnecting everything.
That's a very good idea. You know, I helped Dan with that. So then the next time we go visit, she doesn't seem to get bothered by me. She doesn't recognize me. So I don't seem to make her anxiety worse. So whereas right now they are. but that's a very good idea. And I can do it. I didn't even think about doing it from a distance too. So I could be doing that every day while I'm here at home,
Yeah,
out in the
whenever you think about
woods,
it.
wherever. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Tapping
All
is
right.
one of those all-purpose tools that you just pull it out and use it. Can't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. And it made a difference with my mom. It really did. It kind of helped. It was kind of that turning point at 4 a.m.
Hmm.
It was the most difficult thing I've ever experienced. We thought she was passing. Anyway, I'm gonna start crying. It's good about the book, good about Dan's business and expanding. You can hardly think about expansion, but you never know. And I think I've gotten the tapping. So thank you for your time. If there's
You're
anything
welcome.
else you feel like you need to tell me, I'm here.
Just sending you lots of love. Team of angels to stand with you as you go through this. And it almost feels like, Debbie, I don't know how to say it. It's like this is a dry run for what's going to be in the future. Because you know you're going to have to face this in the future at some point. They're going to cross over. So it's like dress rehearsal or something. Maybe there are things you need to get in place, and this is like a wake-up call to help you do that.
Yeah, well, there are some things that his mom hadn't. We know what her wishes were, but financially she didn't set it up that way. As we'll meet with the attorney this week, so maybe we can bring her back a little bit, but I can't go into all the details about how bad her house was, but I've never seen a house that bad in my life. Where she lived, I should say, where you could see her trail. Anyway, but the finances and I'm just not sure. It feels so bad because I wish I would have been more involved, but I just wasn't.
Okay, so this is where you stop. Let go of all that. You can't change the past. You look at what you've got in front of you right now, one step at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. That's how you're going to get through this. Holding on to your angel's hands, writing your book, doing those good things alongside of what you need to do for the moms. But try to stay out of that, oh, I wish I could have, should have done, all that stuff. Let that go. Doesn't help. No, it's not good for you. And you don't deserve it.
Thank you. Is the nursing home the right place for her?
So the nursing home for mother-in-law, is that an optimal choice right now? Yeah, for right now, it's good. And you'll just play it by ear.
Long-term choice, or should we move her into a different setting?
Okay, would this particular nursing home be an optimal long-term choice? Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
And that could mean she's not going to need it long-term.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If she's got a blood clot on her brain under her skull that they said was chronic.
That you can definitely tap on. You can tap on that healing blood and energy, safely breaking up the blockages, right?
Okay.
Choose your words carefully, and that can happen.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sancha, welcome. What's your question?
Hi there. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's my first time here. I have a few questions, so I'll try to get through as many as I can until you tell me. That's enough. So I have recently started having communication, guide communication and visions of that sort. I just wanted to confirm the guides that have been coming through for me. And if possible, like what are their roles, if they're more permanent or they're just here to help for a moment. I've had conversations with, should I go one at a time or just call out the list? Because a few of them has been coming through. And
I'm not sure what you're asking. You want to know if they're really guides?
Right. If they're, you know, here to guide me in a specific place or a specific mission or something at this time. So yeah.
Okay, so just go through them one at a time.
Okay, Anubis.
Anubis. Yeah, very positive. Deep breath on that. Strong, powerful.
Okay. Toth.
Toph?
Yes.
No, not Toph.
Okay.
Maybe on the peripheral, but not right up front. No.
Okay. Sekhmet.
Sekhmet. Yes. Like under the arm of Anubis, I see. You know, like a secondary kind of thing.
Okay. Master Tao.
Master Tao?
Yes.
Master Tao. Okay.
But something with Taoism.
Master Tao. Yeah, that one's like separate on the other side.
That's the feeling I got as well. So and then my personal guides, like as far as like for my ancestry, I have a guide named Salahandro
Salahandro.
or Sal.
Sal, okay. Yeah, I get a yes on that.
Cheryl.
What is it?
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Cheryl, is that a guide? I get a no on that.
Okay.
So Cheryl, a departed? Yeah. Not a guide, but a departed spirit.
Okay, I don't know that I had any relation to Cheryl, so but I've been hearing her coming through. Allie.
Allie?
Yeah,
Is Allie a guide?
I think her name is Alum, but I can call her Allie.
Yeah, I get a yes on that.
And a Vilma, who said I can also call her Patsy.
Okay, Patsy. Is there a Patsy guide? Yeah.
Wow, okay, so this is happening. All right.
Yeah, you're not making it up. But that is a lot. So you might want to narrow it down and work more with one of them, like a concentration. That's probably
what
why I
wanted to
felt
know.
that extra power from Anubis.
From Anubis, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was what I wanted to ask. And I did have like a clear vision with Toth, like a dream where he came through first as my husband and then he morphed into Toth. And I, like in the dream, he had instruction. So what I'm thinking is like he can either be coming to assist my husband in some kind of way, but I do know that I am also here to do some kind of writing. And I know that he, Toth was he was the creator of writing on some kind of level, and so was Metatron, who has also came through recently. So I am also, like, I had this message or this inclination that Toth and Metatron have some kind of resonance together. I'm not sure. So maybe you could confirm that. Like, is Toth really here for my husband? And what is Metatron? Because Metatron recently, like I said, he stepped in to assist me. So I just wanted to kind of know what they're doing, or if Toth is really here for my husband.
Okay.
And Metatron. Yeah.
So is Toph present for Sanchia's husband? No, it's feeling to me like, yeah, he showed up in the dream, you got a message. So, that can kind of come and go. That doesn't mean that he's assigning himself to be a regular. So a pop in with a message and then gone.
Okay.
But that means he could always pop in with another message. You can always call and ask.
Okay.
But it sounds to me like you got way too many guides already. So deal with them and do what you want to do and move forward, right?
Yep. Okay. Well, the imperative questions that I have, the 3D questions, are more of right now my family and I are looking to move and combine our households into one home, and we're waiting on a response from a particular company. So I wanted to know, is there going to be a positive outcome with that, and are we going to be moving?
Okay, so
the month or something.
This moving situation, is this a highly optimal choice? Yes. So is it highly likely that it's going to come to fruition in the near future. I get a yes on that. So like less than 3 months? Less than 6 months. Okay. So somewhere between 3 and 6 months.
Okay, we were actually trying to get out by the end of the month. All right, so basically, do they have any advice with that? Just sit tight and, do I need to do anything, or do we need to be doing anything to kind of help the process?
Okay, is there anything they need to do to speed this process up? It's beyond your control. So it's going with the flow. And
Okay.
while right now it looks like it's between 3 and 6 months, that can change. So let your angels deal with all of those complexities. Say,
Mhm.
hey, team, we need to do this sooner. So what can you do to accelerate the process? Let them help you. Don't take
Okay.
so much on your own shoulders. That's for all of us. That helps a lot when we get into these complicated situations.
All right, and I will stick to one more question. Is there anything I need to be focusing on specifically at this time for my assignment? Like you said, I've been feeling all over the place and, not really sure where I'm supposed to be focusing on so that I can bring things
Yeah.
into fruition.
Yeah. So right now for you, you want to really start to dial it in. Feel in your solar plexus. What are all these things you've got going on? Pick one or two. Focus on those. It doesn't mean you're not going to do the other stuff, but for
Mhm.
right now, you need to put your focus somewhere and get something accomplished. You need that action to get the energy moving, which is going to help everything else move. So that could impact your actual moving of your physical household.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
taking more action.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And do they have any general messages that they want to leave me with today?
Well, let me come back to that if there's time. Okay. Because
Okay, sure.
we've got a lot of people here still waiting.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Epiphany, how are you? Are you here? Epiphany, you still here?
I am,
Oh,
yes.
hi.
I was stuck in the chat and not on the mute. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so hi Deborah.
Hi.
So my question is if like, do I have any money blocks in that we could tap into or see? And just the question arises is because as far as finances go, I've always been like just taken care of. Like I've had what I needed, I've just basically just been taken care of. And now I'm going into this new kind of job where I'm going to be doing sales, and money is going to be like a really big part in that, right? Like the sales, getting the sales. And so I just want to make sure I'm going into this clear, not where, I'm gonna find out I have, something that comes up and then I'm gonna have to clear it. So I just kind of wanted to get an idea now before I really dive into this.
Okay. So for Epiphany, are there any money blocks she needs to be aware of? Yes. Okay. So can you give us a little bit of insight into what that is? It's something past life, Epiphany.
That's my job in this life, is to clear all that past life drama.
Yeah. So
okay. Yeah.
Do you have a sense about that?
Do I?
Yeah.
No. I just again, I notice a pattern. And then I come to you because you're really good about helping me find these things out once I notice these patterns.
Yeah, and that's perfect. That's what you want to do, especially with past life stuff. When you start noticing it's a pattern, then it's like ding, ding, ding. Okay, a message, I'm supposed to take care of this. So let me see if I can get anything on that.
Okay.
So what is this issue that's causing the money block? So I see this past life where you're like this dancing girl, and you got the jewels on and the flowy skirts, and like a harem dancer kind of thing. And it's a situation where you're a slave. You don't have any rights. You don't have any money of your own to control. And that was that entire lifetime. Oh, but here's why it's a problem. because before that you had been free and you had been part of a family where you were comfortable monetarily, not rich, but comfortable. You had been kidnapped and forced into this life of slavery. So the dichotomy between those two ways of life was a massive trauma for you. And they were holding you for ransom. That's why. Okay. That's the connection. They were holding you for ransom and something didn't work out. But it's almost like it got embedded into your DNA, your soul DNA, that it's not safe to have money because then people might want to kidnap you, right? And we know that's not true, right? That was a specific instance in that lifetime, but that's not your truth today. So it's releasing that and understanding that you have the power now. You are in a place where you're empowered, you're in control. And that's just an old story that it's time to let go of.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to share about that? You might want to do a little ceremonial clearing and just release that past life money block and anything else connected to it, because there would be things going forward, you know, in successive lifetimes that would be connected energetically to it. So you want to topple the dominoes. So anything that's connected to that lifetime in a negative sense, you want to release.
Okay, would this be karma or would this be discordant energy?
It's trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Okay. Trauma. Okay.
So that trauma just stays with you energetically. It is karma, yes, but it started out as trauma. So then it just builds and builds and builds until it gets resolved. So now that you know about it, most likely it's probably going to just dissolve on its own. But to be sure, I would just do some kind of little ceremonial thing that it's your intention to release it in, you know, all the lifetimes and all the dimensions that are connected to it.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Would this be like a 21-day thing, or do you think it's like a 3-day thing, or like, do I need to do it for 21 days?
Would it be optimal to do a 21-day clearing? Not necessary. It's what you feel.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're in such a more empowered place than you were before.
Yes. You
are the sovereign soul, you get to say.
Okay.
And you say, be gone with you.
Okay.
I don't need you.
Cool. Cool. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, you've been such a help for me. And then I just have one last really quick thing about my dog, you know, coming around because you're really good about the energetics of our pets. Is he anxious staying with my daughter? Is it causing him anxiety?
What's his name?
Romeo.
Romeo. So for Romeo, is he having anxiety issues in the living situation he's in? It's kind of an in-between. It's not a yes or a no.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Okay.
But it's not major.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's good to know. I'm glad it's not a definite yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much for all that you do.
You're welcome. Okay, Donna, you're up.
Hi, and I have to say that just to piggyback what Nicole said, I wanted to let Nicole know is that the reason that the universe smacked us in the face with COVID is because we have been ignoring self-care. We have to pay attention to self-care, and I think that's a message that I got. Yeah. All three of us in the house having it, so I just that's what I keep hearing: self-care, self-care. It's like I've been smacked in the face with it. So what would I like to ask Deborah? I think it has to do with the many paths that I've always been attempting to do simultaneously. And I believe that it's important to do one thing. And I guess I would like the guidance of what that one thing is in relationship to work. And who I keep hearing echoes back.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I just found it.
Thank you. So it has to, it is work related. And I imagine it has to do, but oddly enough, when I was doing a lot of co-hosting with you with these wonderful VIPs, just
Mhm.
such a blessing for me. And I've been over the past 8 months since Mother is taking a little bit of a turn, where I was staying home and doing more family caregiving. I decided not to launch any of my own trainings, but oddly enough, I began co-hosting for more people. And it's not an easy task when you're doing co-hosting for people that don't really know how to be a host. So, you know, the question is, do I stay focusing on the co-hosting? Is it just let that go and get back into the publishing, or get back into doing the mastermind classes? It's like, I feel like I'm juggling right now.
Yeah. So for Donna, can you help her figure out what the optimal choice is right now? Would it be continuing the co-hosting? That's a big no. And you knew that because it's not making you happy, right? If it's not making you happy, eject, go away. What about resuming her mastermind classes? That's a big yes, because that brings you a lot of satisfaction. What about publishing? Yes, if you can do it without sacrificing your self-care. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, bless you. So in that, I really wanted to get my book finished on Audible. And you know, I've been talking about this for so long. And I came across this lovely lady who said, look, you know, she's narrated 250 books and has a really good value for it. And I talked to my husband. He first said no. And then I went, and then he said, wait, I changed my mind. So is it in the highest and best interest to have Katie narrate my book, Mind Shift on Demand?
Okay. Would it be an optimal choice to have Katie narrate the Audible book for Donna? No. Would it be an optimal choice for Donna to do it herself? Also, no. Is it an optimal choice to create an Audible? It is, but it's like there's, oh, what about Gregory? You get a yes on that. Can you get Gregory to narrate?
No.
Okay.
No, I bought him a computer and bought him got the software, and he was set up, and that was a year and a half ago. So I would say with his, no, the stories are so much the stories of a woman, me, my stories. Is it a co-narration?
Okay. Would it be optimal to do a co-narration? No.
Okay.
Is this something that should just be tabled for now? Yeah.
It's been tabled so long.
Yeah, and maybe that's not a bad thing, because the people that I've talked to recently who've done them are not finding they're even getting their money back that they paid to create it. So,
Well, no book is profitable in the book itself. It becomes additional calling card.
mhm.
You know, it's another way to get your voice out. So in relationship to the lanes for the master classes and the trainings, the final question would be, do I reactivate the poker training in a way that it's the mental game of poker, not just for poker players, but do I reactivate that poker aspect of it?
Okay. Would it be an optimal choice to reactivate the poker mindset training? I get a no on that, Donna. Is that what you
Okay.
expected?
Well, probably.
'Cause
So
it's you keep wanting to do the poker, but yet there's more of your intention and the body of work that you've done on the other side of it, the business people who need help.
it's using just then use poker simply as an interest hook. It's not using poker as go play the game of poker. It's using the metaphors of poker. That's what I'm talking about.
To combine that with what you're doing with the coaching. Okay, let's ask
Yes.
about that. So would it be an optimal choice to combine the poker metaphors in the mastermind training? I get a yes, but it's kind of a wobbly yes, like it's not that big a deal.
Okay.
Because what you've already got is really solid. And is that an excuse for delaying doing the work?
It's not an excuse for delaying. It's the reason for family caregiving. So I'm feeling guilty about not doing it, but my first priority is family, taking care of mom and my husband, and the one who has COVID, taking care of 2 other people that have COVID. Now that ought to be a book.
At least a blog article.
There you go. So what final message would my guides like to tell me? And by the way, you can thank Sam because she's always there.
Okay, thank you, Sam. And what message would you like to leave Donna with? They're being smart alecky. They're saying, shut up and go sleep.
Isn't that the truth? Thank you.
You really need sleep, Donna, and let those other things take care of themselves. Because if you don't take care of you, if you don't get that rest, you're going to get weaker and sicker. And then who's going to take care of Mama and Gregory, right?
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love and light to you.
And to you.
Okay, Shirley P. Are you still here, Shirley? Shirley P? There you are. I see you.
Yes, I'm here.
What's your question?
I was wondering about karmic relationships, and am I currently in one, and what's the lesson to be learning if so?
Okay.
The purpose, I guess, what of the karmic lessons are.
So for Shirley, is she currently in a relationship that is past life connected? Yes, you are. Okay. And what is the lesson that she is to learn? Can you help her with that? I hear letting go.
Okay.
Not holding on to things that don't serve you. More lightness and flow, but really letting go, because it's like I get a picture of you gripping onto something so tightly that your fingers and your knuckles are white from being clenched, not wanting to let things go. And that's holding you back. It's like a big block or almost like a wall between you.
Okay. And is that process as simple as it sounds, as just letting go and letting things play out organically?
So what can you tell her about the letting go? They're just saying, breathe it out, intentionally release it. Just let it keep breathing out. And it's probably going to, I see, like, you know how a magician keeps pulling scarves out of their mouth? That's you. You just keep pulling it and pulling it. There's a lot to let go.
Okay.
Just keep doing it until it's gone, but don't spew it onto anybody.
Okay.
Release it to be transmuted to love and light.
Okay. And is there any choice for the outcome, or I just leave the outcome with no expectation?
Is there anything that's connected to the outcome that she needs to know about? That's the future that you're still writing, but just knowing that the first step is releasing all that stuff, because then when you do that, it's like the scales fall away from your eyes and you suddenly see all these choices you didn't see before.
Okay.
You won't know what they are until you get there, but you've got to go through that process. It's like going through the spin cycle.
Oh, that's what it feels like. Excellent. Thank you. Any other parting advice?
Okay.
Otherwise, that's been very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else you want to share with Shirley? They say ta-ta for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Christoph.
Hi.
Hi. Are
Hi,
you
hi all.
I'm reading what you wrote here.
Yes, that was my question.
Are you supposed to stay in France or focus on Argentina? So,
yes.
Christoph, would it be an optimal choice to stay in France right now? Right now, yes. And what about Argentina? Is that a good choice for the future? I get a no on that, Christoph. So
Okay.
right now, France is really good.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's good. And then another question. I see the last 2-3 months, a lot of synchronicities and numbers. Are they trying to talk to me? Are they trying to make me passing some message to me?
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't even have to channel that. I can just tell you because it's happening all over to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like we're in a time where the angels are using those numbers on triple time, like SOS, SOS, please pay attention. So anytime you notice them, go to Google. You can go to Sacred Angel Scribes. That's a really good site. And then put in the number, get the information.
Okay.
Then take action on it. Also, I would write it down because over a period of time, you might get different numbers and you want to see if they're connected.
Okay. Do I need to do something, try to connect with them? Do they?
You want to, sure. You can ask for more. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those numbers are letting you know they are there. They are trying to connect with you. They're helping you to become more awakened so that you're more in tune and sensitive to see them sooner rather than later. Once you are in tune and you're seeing the numbers all the time, you'll probably see other things, not just numbers.
No, I had some weird things with animals too. So it's starting.
Yeah. And more. So have you noticed when it happens, it's like it kind of glides by, but there's something that just for that moment you catch it. And you feel it in your gut.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to tune into.
Okay.
Whenever that happens about anything, stop, pay attention, ask for the message, Google it, get all the information you can. Then you want to record that in some fashion because very often they're going to give you a series of messages.
Okay.
And they'll make more sense as you put more pieces together. But
okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're having regular connections.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. What was the website again, Deborah?
Sacred Angel Scribes.
Okay. Sacred Angel.
Something like that. If you type in Sacred Angel Scribes, it'll come up.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Kelly, you still here?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. You've kind of answered with some other questions. I mean, it's a lot of trying to figure things out. I just retired the last couple months ago, and people keep saying, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And I still don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up. So I've never had a plan. Things just happen. I'm in a program that it's about manifesting. We're supposed to create a dream scenario that we're passionate about. And I've done this before. I've created jobs. I've created my home. I've created other things that I've manifested by going into this energetic place and just focusing on it and knowing what it's like to live there. Mm-hmm. But I keep asking, what am I passionate about? I mean, I can write up this beautiful dream scenario that's just gobsmacking, but I don't care about it. And I'm trying to find where's my passion? I just kind of feel like I'm floating along, waiting for something to smack me in the forehead.
Are you still doing research? Do you still do research?
I'm not, I'm about what? I mean, there's nothing it's like there's no interest. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of.
You just retired. Maybe what you need to do right now is focus on just you. Because, you've had all these years of working, you had a lot of pressure on you. Now you're in this place where you have the luxury of just being Kelly and figuring out what Kelly wants. Maybe that's the block, that you need that time to do that, to that unwinding. Yeah, I'm feeling you unwinding. Once you get all that unwound, you're going to find that gem at the center, which will help you with clarity. But it's also, it's resensitizing yourself. It's almost like you had this cocoon around you, so you weren't feeling everything. You know, you kind of numbed a little bit. So now as you start awakening your senses, feeling more, whatever that passion is, it's going to start becoming evident. But don't rush it. You don't have to rush it.
Well,
It's
but I've
kind
been asking this for years, right? You know, I mean, this question's come up for me for all my whole life. It's like, well, what do you really want? And like I said, a few times I've known exactly what I wanted, and it's come, and I've been really successful at it. But like right now, I mean, there's things that need to happen there. You know, there's things that I need to do, but it's not, you know, if there were no limits, what would I love?
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes a soul chooses a lifetime where they just kind of have an easy float through it. They don't put a whole
That's
lot.
kind of my life, yeah.
And well, let's just ask that question. So did Kelly intend for this lifetime to be less intense? Is that why she's feeling a lack of passion? No, that's not the answer. Okay. So is there a block? Yes, there's a block. Okay. So what can you tell us about the block? It's self-esteem, Kelly.
Self-esteem, okay.
It's like not deserving of it. Everybody else gets taken care of before you, and that's okay. You can wait, you can postpone your dreams, and you keep postponing them. And then you're going to arrive at the time when it's time to leave your body, and you're going to say, oh crap, I never did get around to taking care of me. So this time, as you're unwinding, it's unwinding to find out who Kelly really is and what she wants. The answer is there, but you've got to give it the time to let it unwind. I'm seeing you like wrapped in this thick rope, you know, like that big around kind of rope. And it's like that knitting that people are doing with those big hunks of yarn. So it's all wrapped around you. It's kind of stifling and muffling you until that gets unwrapped and you come out and you stretch and you feel the sun in the air, the real you, not the cocooned you. You don't feel as intensely. It's like you're being muffled.
Okay. It does feel that way. I mean, it's really not, I really don't have clarity on much of anything at the moment.
You've got to unwind that thing. I mean, the picture is just so clear, wrapped around you like that. And it's no wonder you can't feel, because you've got a muffler around you.
Is it fear?
Let's see. Is this muffler related to fear? Yeah, okay. And so is it past life fear? Yeah. So something about in a past life, what can you tell us about that? I'm seeing you dressed like this goddess warrior, not meaning that you're a goddess, but you know, it's that look, strong, like not quite Amazon